Glory to God. Marriage of Cana. John chapter 2 verse 1 and 2. On the third day, a wedding took place at Cana in Galilee. Jesus' mother was there, and Jesus and his disciples had also been invited to the wedding. The names and identities of the bride and groom are not stated here. The fact that Jesus' mother was there shows the church. The presence of Jesus' mother indicates the church. The fact that Jesus and his disciples were invited to the wedding shows the servant. Paul compares Christ and the church to a husband and wife. When the wine ran out, Jesus' mother asked them if they had any wine. Here we see there is a flaw in the marriage. From 1 Corinthians chapter 13 verse 9, our knowledge is incomplete, and when the complete comes, the incomplete will disappear. When there is a warning that there is a lack of first love, it is an experience that can be thrown off the lampstand and burnt. The lampstand represents the church. Here, the mother of Jesus is being referred to as the church. The church must be complete. The Ananias Sapphira could not be there, since the early church was complete. According to Daniel chapter 5 verse 27, you have been weighed in the balance and found wanting. That night, the Belshazzar were cut down. The deficiency must be removed. The vessel must overflow. As mentioned in Ephesians chapter 5 verse 27, in the body of the church, there is a stain, a wrinkle, and other blemish. There is holiness and grandeur in the church, which is the complete body. When she says, there is no wine, he says, woman, what is that to you and me? My work has not yet come. Jesus cannot do what the woman says. Jesus can only do what the Father says. Adam did as the woman said, but Jesus did not do as the woman said. The mother of Jesus is here called a woman. Acts chapter 1:14 says, on the day of Pentecost, Jesus' mother and brothers were present. In Acts chapter 1:14, the experience of being the mother of Jesus is transformed into the experience of being a woman. According to 2 Corinthians chapter 11 verse 2, for they are ordained to one man, even Christ. In John chapter 2 verse 5, his mother said to the servants, do whatever he tells you. Here, the servants are the organs of Jesus' mother. In Romans chapter 12 verse 1, Paul says, you must offer your body as a living sacrifice. Our organs are our servants. It will do all our work. Do as he says. Jesus will not do what the woman said, just as Adam did what Eve said. The woman should do what Jesus said. In John chapter 2 verse 6, nearby stood 6 stone water jars, the kind used by the Jews for ceremonial washing, each holding from 20 to 30 gallons. Before attending the feast, guests can wash their hands and feet in the stone basins. In John chapter 2 verse 7, Jesus said to the servants, fill the jars with water. So they filled them to the brim. When he said fill it up, they can fill it up even less than 50 milliliter, but they filled it up a lot. Filled it up completely. This shows complete submissions. The wife should be subject to her husband as the church is subject to Christ. In John chapter 2 verse 8, then he told them, now draw some out and take it to the master of the banquet. They did so. Here, water from a jar is poured into the place where wine is served at the table. The banquet master was serving wine. Now he ordered water to be brought to him and served. In John chapter 2 verse 9, and the master of the banquet tasted the water that had been turned into wine. He did not realize where it had come from, though the servant who had drawn the water knew. It is written that servants know where this wine came from, but the banquet master doesn't. If you were a servant, you would know where this wine came from. If you were a banquet master, you wouldn't know where this wine came from. Servants are those who prepare the food that can be served at the table, but the ones who can serve it are the banquet master. A banquet master is the one who preaches without putting his life into practice. This teaches us that we should be also the servants and also the banquet master. We need to be in a place where we can practice what we preach. According to Matthew chapter 5 verse 19, it is written that preach what you practice. Lord says, there are preaching without practice. Whoever practices and teaches are called great. Whoever listens are called least. Who is he who he preacheth without practice? In John chapter 2 verse 9 and 10, and the master of the banquet tasted the water that had been turned into wine. Then he called the bridegroom aside and said, everyone brings out the choice wine first, and then the cheaper wine after the guests have had too much to drink. But you have saved the best till now. The life of the banquet master lies in the place where he first tasted and then lost his taste. The bridegroom before and after is always in the place of pleasure. Taste and see that the Lord is good. The taste is that he is good. In Genesis 1st chapter, the word good is written 7 times. According to Romans chapter 8:28, all things work together for good for those who love him. By always loving him, we can taste his goodness at all times and in all seasons. Open your mouth wide. I will fill you with goodness. According to Hebrews chapter 11 verse 40, since God had planned something better for us, so that only together with us would they be made perfect, let good things happen.